Tomorrow you're going to have to introduce yourself. Are you a bit worried about having to do that?
Yes, having to go introduce myself to your family is definitely getting my heart rate up. This will be my first time ever talking with either of your parents, and it will all be face to face. But my parents are really looking forward to this event when it happens.
I sort of feel bad for having your parents come all the way out here to come and see my family.
Well, I'm their only daughter who is about to get married and join a new family, so of course they'd want to be with me to see your family.
But aren't the two of them busy with work and things like that back home?
I'm sure that they have a lot going on right now, but they can hand that work off to others while they're gone. But anyway, they both really love you a lot, and so they're looking forward to taking the time off of work to come see you. I really hope that both my parents and yours will become close with one another.
Well, about that, Ellen. I have a feeling that my dad will say some pretty rude things about your family.
What? What do you mean he'll say some rude things about my family?
I haven't really told you about this directly yet, but my dad is the owner of a five-star hotel, okay?
You did tell me that he has a lot of relations with a lot of hotels across the US, but you never mentioned that he owned a five-star hotel himself. Is he the owner of the hotel that we're all meeting at tomorrow?
That will be his hotel. But because of his position, he tends to think that he is in a place to look down on others depending on the kind of work they do. He's a very well-off man, my dad. I really hope for him not to say anything rude to any of you guys tomorrow, but
You don't have to be worried about any of that, Grayson. I think all of our parents, just knowing that you and I make each other very happy and want to become married, should help them all become close to each other. And both my parents and I aren't really worried about what kind of things your dad will have to say about us.
and I'm really thankful that you'd say that, but I'm still a bit worried about him. If nothing major happens, that would be great.
You're getting too worked up over this. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow, and so is my family.
I was given your phone number by Grayson. This would be his father, Michael.
So you're Grayson's dad, then? Well, it's so nice to finally have a chance to talk with you. I'm Ellen. I'm really looking forward to meeting both you and your wife tomorrow when we all go out to eat together.
I'm going to be quick about asking this, but are you after my son's money?
Excuse me? I would never be after anything of Grayson's besides his love.
What makes you think I'm going to believe that from you? I'm sure by now you are aware that I own a very high-class hotel, where we'll all be meeting tomorrow, correct?
I've never really been interested in anything Grayson's family has, like money and properties. And I only learned about you owning such a nice hotel earlier today from him. So that should be enough for you to believe that I'm not after any of your guys' money in this marriage.
I wonder about that, Ellen.
What do you mean?
I'm sure that you looked into all sorts of things regarding my son before you went and stole his heart. But to me, seeing a man as elite as my son wanting to marry some plain Jane is all too suspicious to me. Tell me, Ellen, what does your family do for a living? Are they on the same level as my family?
My parents are both very well-known organic farmers.
What? They're farmers?
Yes. They're both well-known for running a farm that doesn't use anything like pesticides or herbicides and wants to remain completely organic. And as of right now, the produce they both grow is harvested and shipped all over the country to be used in restaurants and hotels.
I cannot believe what I'm hearing. To think that my elite son would ever want to marry someone whose parents are both farmers is just disgusting to me. Aren't farmers all supposed to be a part of the lowest level of the society?
What? What do you mean by that?
Right now, the chances of tomorrow's meeting between my wife and I, and your family being canceled are very high. There is no way I'm going to allow a couple of dirty farmers to sit at a dinner table across from my family. Why did my son never explain any of this to me sooner? About how you're the child of a couple of worthless farmers. All of you must love to roll around in the mud like pigs.
Could you just calm down for one moment? What you're saying about my family is very rude, as well as clearly discriminating. Would you please take all of that back right now?
Why would I ever want to take back what I've said about you all? Everything I've said is true. But what does it matter now? Tomorrow I'll make my feelings toward you all very well known in front of your family. You will all understand after tomorrow just the kind of man I am and the position that I hold about you.
Michael, if you do anything that is either rude or embarrassing in front of my family, I will not forgive you. And from there, you will begin to regret ever doing anything so rash. Now, I'm looking forward to tomorrow's gathering with everyone.
Did that help you understand my feelings? You all look great with all those rotten vegetables all thrown over top of you. Did you really think you could come into my hotel and eat the same beautiful and delicious meal as the rest of my family?
So you threw all those rotten vegetables on my parents and I just because I said those two were farmers? This is beyond saddening for both my parents and I. I can't even believe that you'd waste decent produce doing something like that. And the fact that you'd go as far as to throw them all over us when we're in our nice clothes, it's ridiculous, Michael.
Shut up, Ellen. I want you to stop talking to me like that and get back in line. Did any of you really think that I'd let my son marry the child of two disgusting pigs?
So you're going to keep going off about how my family and I aren't good enough for you and your family? Well, this will be unfortunate news for you, but you're finished.
I'm finished with? The only thing that's finished with today is a relationship you have with my son. I will not be allowing you anywhere near him again, and you can kiss whatever hopes you had of marrying him goodbye. I'm laughing, thinking about a scenario where I'd let my son marry a farmer girl. All you guys are good for is getting married to other rotten produce of your kind, so get lost.
Well, you'd better not have any regrets about this then.
You think I'd ever regret watching some filthy pigs get kicked out of my hotel?
Well, if you're not going to regret it, then we'll be on our way. And along with that, I'll do as you've said and leave your son, even though I love him so much and still hold his engagement ring. But know this. The moment my family walks away from here, you will begin to understand just how royally you screwed up today.
What was that? I'll see how royally I screwed up? You think that me getting some pigs out of my life that only wanted my family's money was wrong of me? There's no way on earth that I'm the one that screwed up. Now, can we stop with all of this needless talk and be on our ways? All you are now is a loser, and I don't have time to listen to you complain about it any longer.
Michael, are you even aware that your hotel's very high-end restaurant is supplied produce by my parents' farm?
What?
Well, now my parents are planning to end the contract that your hotel and them created. After how incredibly rude you were to all of us today, my parents have no choice but to stop doing business with you. And you will never be able to obtain the kind of high-quality produce that my family produces again.
What the hell are you talking about? You're telling me that your parents are the ones that supply my hotel with produce?
Well, when it comes to that high-end restaurant of yours, the only reason it's considered high-end is because it's well known that they're using our produce. The kind of produce that is 100% organic with zero chemicals introduced to them. Did you forget that the dishes that are made in your restaurant are so popular? Don't tell me that you've never talked with whoever you've put in charge of the restaurant about how important our produce is to him. Well, at this point, there's no point in going to speak with him because you're finished. Your restaurant will no longer be able to use our produce. I wish you luck finding another farm like ours that'll have the same level of quality as us to buy produce from.
Excuse me? I never heard anything about how your family is the one supplying my restaurant. I'll go have a word with my man in charge soon to see if you're telling the truth. But do you really stand by saying that your family has been the one selling produce to my restaurant? Why would you have never said that to me before?
We didn't have the time to tell you today because the moment we moved to sit at the table, you were having rotten vegetables thrown at us. Anyway, I'm sure that things will become a bit more difficult for you here soon, but best of luck.
Difficult for me? Why am I going to be the one living in a more difficult situation?
Well, because my parents are planning to spread the news about what you've done today to other farmers in the area. And that might lead to finding another farmer to supply your restaurant becoming near impossible. And even if you are to find another family to work with, they're most likely not going to have the same quality of produce as my family has. No matter how you try and fix things, this is going to lead to your hotel taking a massive blow to its reputation.
What? Are you sure? I'm not going to let something like that happen. If you're right about being the one supplying my hotel, it won't even matter to me anyway. All you farmers are poor, and so I'll find someone else who would be glad to accept my money and make produce to my restaurant's liking.
Well, then, starting today, we will no longer be sending anything else to your hotel. Good luck from now on, you gross owner of a soon-to-be one-star hotel.
Excuse me, Ellen. Would you be kind enough to get your parents and bring them back out here to come meet with me? I'm very sorry about what happened a few days ago. I'd like for them to come and see me in person so that I may apologize for all of that.
They will not be coming out to see you again.
Why won't they? I'm asking you for this favor directly. Can you please at least listen to what I have to say about what's been happening?
I don't want to hear anything about what troubles you have now, and neither do my parents. No matter how many times you try to call and text me, nothing will change.
But I'm the owner of a 5-star hotel, gosh dang it.
And so what, Michael? At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if your title as a 5-star hotel owner changes soon. Right now, all that's happened at your hotel has become a hot topic on the news and online.
Shut up. Something like this was never supposed to happen to me and my hotel.
It's funny how after my family stopped sending your restaurant the produce it needed, you made a deal with another farmer and then faked, claiming that all his produce was organic. And following that claim, you had customers complaining about the flavor of them, and soon an investigation and checkup were done at the restaurant, where the officials found you were lying and shut the place down, right? And since this was all happening at a 5-star hotel with that high-end restaurant, the news spread like wildfire.
Why are you laughing about all this? Right now, my family and I are in a very tough spot. Everyone has begun to lose faith in my hotel and restaurant, and it's led to a snowball of problems that are all taking me down with them. This isn't just about that restaurant, as this has all begun to affect the whole hotel as of now. Even just today, I've had over half of my guests call and cancel their reservations for the place. If things continue as they have been these past few days, my hotel will go under. Why is this all happening to someone like me?
You're asking that like you have no idea what you've done. I'm telling you right now that this is all due to the way you treated my family.
How about I let you marry my son now? Will that make you happy? Come back here and let him ask you for your hand in marriage again.
Even if he were to ask me that right now without you asking me to go to him, I don't have it in me anymore to become your daughter-in-law. I'm not willing to join a family that thinks it's even near okay to waste food like you all did a few days ago.
But you can't be serious about throwing away your chances with my family that easily, right?
By the way, after what had happened at your hotel that day, your son came to us a little bit later and got on his hands and knees to apologize to all of us.
What? Why?
Because he felt sorry for what you and your wife did and wanted to fix things between us, which we did.
Huh?
But the one thing I asked from him in making things right between us again is that he cut ties with you. So I think that you'll never be seeing either one of us ever again, Michael.
That brat went ahead and did all of that behind my back without my permission? I never said that was okay.
Can you tell me why our relationship needs your permission to happen? At first, the both of us knew that you'd be a handful when we had my parents come to town to see you all, but after what you'd done, you changed things for us. We were never going to ask your permission in the first place, but now, instead of us just waiting for you to cool down a bit before our marriage, we're going to be cutting ties with you. And not just your son and I, but my parents as well plan to do the same.
Please do not say things like that about me. If things aren't done about this whole situation soon, my hotel is seriously going to be at risk of going under. Can you please give me some kind of chance to bring my hotel and restaurant back from near death? If we don't take any action now, it'll be the end for my family and I.
What? I have no idea what you're going on about right now, old man.
Huh?
Whatever you're going on about right now seems to only be centered around you, and it's absolutely annoying. All of that has nothing to do with anything regarding me or your own son, Michael. Anyway, there's no talking your way out of the mess you've made, so just deal with it. If you really want to find a way to save that hotel from falling into ruin, then maybe it's time you quit your job as the owner and let someone competent take it over.
You think I'd leave my position as the owner of this hotel? I'm the one that built this place from the bottom up.
And I am well aware of that. But it's because of the childish attitude you had towards my family that things ended up this way, right? Maybe, had you been a bit more level-headed about things, there wouldn't be this whole mess surrounding your company. I think it's really time that you think about handing that hotel off to a new owner and retire.
But if I hand this place off, then I'll no longer be able to call myself the owner. I am not going to allow something like that to happen. And none of this is my fault because you are the ones that stopped sending me any of your produce.
I told you that we were going to be canceling the contract. I don't care that you don't like what happened or that you didn't approve of it. This all has nothing to do with me now, so you go and fix all this on your own. I think your safest bet right now is to hand the ownership of that hotel over to your son, and then leave us alone for the rest of your life. That should be enough to satisfy all parties involved in this. Like your loyal customers and those that hold shares in the hotel.
That's a good point. I can just hand the hotel and restaurant over to my son to own. Then, people will no longer associate the place with me and everything will go back to normal. I think that would be a great idea. And even though the hotel will technically be owned by my son, I'll be behind the scenes still running things as usual without anyone having to know. That way, I won't have to worry about my son messing anything up with the hotel and its complex structuring.
What are you talking about? The only one that's messed things up so far has been you.
Excuse me?
I'm not sure how many more times I'll have to say this, but Grayson has cut ties with you. And as for my family and their business, they have no plans of working together with you anymore, and never will again. And if you continue to try and be involved with all of us, I'm not going to marry your son. Are you still not aware that we all want you to get lost? To everyone at the hotel and to everyone in this family, all you are is in the way.
I never thought I'd be getting told that by someone like you. You were really going to regret all of this. If you do not help me out of this, I'll make you suffer alongside with me.
The only one that's regretting anything right now is you yourself. And you coming to beg for my and my family's help now is never going to work out for you. You are the one that led your hotel to its downfall, and you're going to have to find a way to save it now. You tightened that knot around your neck yourself, and now all you can do is either make the jump or untie said knot. So now, you go off and make that choice yourself, without trying to get any of us involved. But from my view, just give that hotel to your son, and then get the hell out of our faces, you useless old man. After everything that had happened, things only became worse for Michael, as more problems from his past arose and he was taken into custody because of them. He tried his hardest to run from all the problems he'd created in his past, but there's only so far that you can run from your past, and now he's no longer in the position to be running any sort of hotel. For the next couple of years, Michael will now be serving some time behind bars, and by the time he's out of there, he'll be old enough where he'll lack the energy to come find us again. Grayson was then given the rights to his dad's hotel, and he immediately changed the name of it, as well as the leadership within it, so that it would no longer hold the shame of its past. Soon after the reopening of the new hotel, Grayson and Ellen got married and worked together with the help of her parents to make an even better hotel, where Ellen's parents' produce is the spotlight of it all. And following all of this, there was never any word from Michael ever again, and this was a huge plus for everyone who knew him. The one man that was in the way of everyone was now only a distant memory and would never be coming back to harass anyone ever again.
Hey Pam, are you there? There is something that you and I should talk about. Or rather, I guess it's something more that I just need to tell you. There isn't really much talking to be done about it now that I think about it. Anyways, I just wanted to tell you that tomorrow my sister is going to come over to our house to hang out for a while.
Hold on a second, Fred. Why am I just hearing about this now? I really wish that you would have told me about this way sooner. I had no idea that anyone was going to be coming over, let alone your sister, tomorrow. I have so much that I have to prepare before she gets here. I don't have time when you tell me these things so last minute.
What are you talking about? What do you have to get ready? There isn't anything you need to prepare for my sister. Why would you even think that you need to do something like that? It doesn't make any sense.
Fred, you aren't really serious about that, right? You know that there are always some kinds of preparations to be done when someone comes over. I have to clean the house, make it at least look presentable, and try and be a good host.
Well, I really don't see what the big problem is. It isn't like you have to tear apart the whole house and do some kind of deep clean or something like that. Now, I don't see why you just can't throw things in the closet and make the houses look somewhat nice for them. You know? Besides, you're my wife. That's kind of your job to be ready for these kinds of things, anyways. If you're really that worried, then you should have been keeping the house in order just in case anyone were to drop by, anyways. But it's not like you don't have a ton of free time, anyways. I mean, you've basically been doing nothing ever since you got pregnant. I'm really not buying it if you're trying to tell me that you don't have enough time to do this one little thing for me.
But that isn't even the problem. I don't think you're being fair to me at all right now, Fred.
I'm sorry, but if that's all you have to say to me, then you're going to have to try a little harder to come up with a better argument. In fact, you may as well get it through your head right now that the moment you married me, you gave up any right to argue with me at all.
What do you mean? You can't actually be serious about that, right? Why are you being so overbearing? This isn't fair. I mean, you're talking as if you're someone out of the 50s or something. Don't you know that husbands can't just treat their wives like this anymore? Besides, I'm literally 8 months pregnant. Are you really just not going to acknowledge that at all? But this isn't just a recent thing. I feel like you've been treating me poorly like this ever since I got pregnant all those months ago. Aren't you worried at all about our child and what kind of effect that treating me like this might have on them? You're being completely unreasonable.
You really think that just because you're pregnant, it means that you can get away with whatever you want? Why do you think being pregnant even makes you that special, huh?
What do you mean? I don't think it makes me special. I think it means that I have a health condition where I have a literal human growing inside me.
Oh, please. Just why do you think that merits you any kind of special treatment at all, huh? Any woman can get pregnant. You're not that big of a deal, you know. You really think that just because you're pregnant, then I have to do every little thing for you? No, you're having a baby. But that doesn't make you a baby. You're just going to have to learn how to take care of yourself and quit relying so much on me.
And do you think you're going to feel the same way about all of this even after I have our child, Fred?
What are you talking about now? Why are you always trying to change the subject? If you're trying to make a point, then just make it and move on with your life. I really don't have the time to deal with some hysterical pregnant lady right now.
I just mean that even after I have our kid, are you still going to demand that I do everything by myself? Are you really just going to make me continue to take care of the house and chores and the child while you do nothing to help out at all?
I don't get what you're trying to ask. I mean, just who else would do any of that anyways?
I really can't believe the messages that I'm reading from you. You are just being ridiculous. I mean, are you really not going to help out around the house or with the child at all after I give birth? Well, if that's how you really feel about the situation, then I feel I understand very well where we're at right now.
Yeah, where we're at is that I don't want you coming to me asking for help for every little thing, got it? You're a wife, and that means that it is your job to obey what your husband tells you to do and quit whining. Did you really not think that when you got married, you wouldn't have to take care of the house and chores and everything? I'm not treating you like anything.
I just didn't think that after we got married that you were going to turn into such a domineering jerk, Fred. I mean, you do know that I have a job as well, right? I'm only not working right now because of the pregnancy leave, and I'll have some more time I'll be able to take after I have the child as well. But the fact of the matter is that I still work and I still contribute to the family in that way. So I don't know why it is that you think you can treat me as if I never ever do anything for this family.
I'm treating this way precisely because you're not contributing anything to the family at all. Besides, nothing that you said changes the fact that I'm the husband and you're the wife, and whatever I say goes. The moment you said I do, you swore your life to me. You pledged to always be faithful and obedient and never once question your husband. Did you really not realize that's what you were getting yourself into?
I don't remember anything besides the faithful part ever being part of our vows. And if you really think that's how a marriage is supposed to work, then I don't even know what to say to you. But I guess if anything, I should say I'm grateful for you making your position perfectly clear. And I guess I finally understand why it is that you haven't shown me an ounce of kindness ever since I first got pregnant.
And just what makes you think that someone like you even deserves a gram of kindness from someone like me, huh?
You're right. I guess it's probably because you're running around showing all your kindness to someone else.
Excuse me? What did you just say to me? Just what is that supposed to mean, huh? How dare you talk to me like this?
I didn't mean anything by it at all, Fred. Anyways, I have to get ready for your sister to arrive tomorrow, so I'm about to be very busy.
Hey, you should be completely free this summer, right? I mean, you don't really have anything scheduled for the whole, say, summer break until school starts back up. Does that sound right?
I'm not quite sure what you mean about plans or being free. I am 8 months pregnant, so by the time summer starts, I'll probably have already moved into the hospital to get ready to give birth.
Right, okay. So you're going to be in the hospital for a little bit of time near the start of summer, and then besides that, you should be free. Do I have that right? I guess that means that you wouldn't have any problems watching kids then, right?
Fred, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about right now, but watching kids is all that I would be doing anyways after I get out of the hospital. Or rather, I should say that watching a kid, ours, is the only thing that I'm going to be doing once I get out of the hospital.
But you already said that you don't really have any other plans for the summer after you have our baby, right? Please. You have to give me a hand here. My sister could really use your help, Pam.
I'm sorry, but I still have no idea what you're going on about. What help does your sister need? You're still not telling me why you want to know whether or not I'm going to be free this summer.
And the only reason I'm asking if you're going to be free this summer or not is because my sister is going to need someone to look after her 4 kids for the summer break.
Wait, what? Are you telling me that you want me to be the one to look after them? When I'm already so close to giving birth to our own child right now? You can't actually be serious about that, right?
Of course I am. I wouldn't be asking this of you if I wasn't serious about you doing it. That wouldn't make any sense at all.
But what do you mean? Why do you think I would agree to this? What does any of this have to do with me?
It has to do with you because you're going to be home all day anyways, right? So if you're not going to be doing anything but sitting around the house with a baby, then you should be able to do it just fine. I mean, you said yourself that you still have your maternity leave and won't have to go into the office for a while after you have our kid, remember? I mean, you are really starting to piss me off with this lazy, entitled attitude of yours. Do you know that?
Did you seriously just call me lazy and entitled for being pregnant? What kind of way is that to talk to your wife, Fred? Seriously, what is the matter with you? Why are you treating me like this?
Now look, I'm not going to ask you anymore. Do you understand? You were going to look after my sister's kids, and that's that. Just think of this as a way to get some practice in child rearing before you have to do the real thing. This is going to be a great learning opportunity. You learn how to deal with 4 kids of all different ages. It's going to be great, I promise.
So you were never asking me in the first place is what I'm to get from that then? No! The answer is no, and this is the last I want to hear of it. I'm sorry, but you'll have to tell your sister to go and look for a sitter elsewhere.
What did you just say? You really think you can talk to me like this? Did you forget that you are my wife and I'm your husband? You can't talk to me like that.
Look, Fred, even if I wanted to do this for your sister, it just wouldn't work at all in the current state that I'm in. I am literally about to give birth to our child, and you are asking me to take care of 4 kids for the entire summer on top of that? I mean, do I really have to spell out for you why this isn't going to work? Just think about it, Fred.
What on earth are you talking about, Pam? The only one who isn't thinking about this hard enough is you. Or rather, you're actually thinking about it way too much. Because the whole issue is so much more simple than you're making it out to be. You are going to do as I say and watch my sister's kids, or else I'm going to divorce you. So what do you think about that?
You're serious about this? You're really going to divorce me if I don't do as you say? Do you even understand what you're actually saying when you threaten me with that, Fred?
Of course I do. Do you really think that I would just say something like that without thinking about it first? You're clearly just upset because you can't think of a good rebuttal, and that's why you resorted to these sad little questions. But I've already made it very clear to you that I am the boss around here, and you have no right to tell me no about anything that I ask of you.
So you're really not even going to listen to your wife telling you that she is not prepared, equipped, or willing to do this?
I'm glad that you're finally starting to get some of that through your head. So does that mean that I don't need to have to keep arguing with you over this? Here's the deal. You're going to take care of my sister's 4 kids for the duration of the summer break, okay? You're my wife, and I know for a fact that you have nothing but time on your hands right now. So don't even try to tell me that you're not going to be able to do this. If I hear even a word of complaint from you again, so help me, I will really divorce you.
Well, okay then. Consider this my one more word of complaint. Now let's go get that divorce started, Fred.
Wait, what? What do you mean? You're telling me that you want to get divorced?
I mean that you gave me a choice, obey you or get a divorce, right? Well, I've made my choice, so what do you think about that?
But hold on. What on earth are you talking about right now? You're really going to try and walk away from me? What do you think you'll be able to do for yourself after that? You might think that you're tough talking like that to me right now, but I know that you'll never, ever be able to walk the walk. So if you're not actually serious about any of this, then I recommend you keep your mouth shut and don't say stupid things like that, or else I will really leave you.
I'm not trying to bluff you, and I wasn't joking about that either.
Look, the summer break starts tomorrow, and my sister's kids are going to be coming not long after that. I really don't have time for this kind of nonsense from you.
And just why do you think that I'm going to go along with any of this? You can't just drop a huge request on me like this and expect me to jump at it and drop everything else that I'm doing. You can't just treat people, especially your wife, this way. But I don't even see why we're continuing this conversation. It seems that we've said all we have to say.
No, we're not through here. You need to understand very clearly that the only way that you're going to get a divorce is with my permission, okay? I mean, I know that you don't really want to get divorced as a pregnant woman, right? What would be the point in doing something as stupid as that?
Oh no, I think I'm going to be just fine, actually. Besides, I'm only giving you what you wanted, Fred.
Hey, Pam, are you there? Just where did you run off to? I can't find you anywhere around the house at all, and my sister is about to arrive with her kids soon. I thought I told you that I wanted the house to be ready when they all arrived. It looks like you've barely done anything at all around here. You had better be working on cleaning up the house somewhere.
I thought I already told you what I was going to be doing, Fred. I'm getting out divorce papers right now.
Wait, what? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Are you seriously still going on with this stupid prank of yours? I thought I told you that it wasn't going to work on me.
And I thought I told you that I wasn't trying to prank or fool you at all. You and I are getting a divorce, and that is that. Did you actually think that I was joking about any of that? And did you really tell your sister to show up to our house with all of her kids? Why would you do that? What is the matter with you? If you really thought that I was just going to go along with this, then you are sorely mistaken, because I'm not even home right now.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You're not even making any sense at all now. Are you getting a heat flash or something? Is this some crazy pregnant lady hormonal thing? I thought I told you that if you didn't do as I say, then I was going to divorce you. Now you get back to the house right now and start getting things ready for my sister's kids. Are you seriously not going to get anything ready for them at all?
Are you really trying to tell me that I should be worried about these 4 other children when I am literally about to give birth to my own kid? And just what kind of way is this for any father to treat his wife or his unborn child?
What are you talking about now? You really do think that being pregnant makes you untouchable, don't you? When are you going to wake up and realize that you can't shirk your responsibilities like this?
Me shirk my responsibilities? You're the only one literally threatening to divorce me and leave me a single mother if I don't obey you. But the thing is that I would rather be a divorced single mother than be with you for another second, so your threat doesn't work.
Wait, hold on just a second there, Pam. Now, I thought I told you that I didn't think this joke was funny the first time, and I don't want to hear any of this crazy talk from you, okay?
And I am telling you for the last time that I am not joking about any of this. I am very serious. In fact, I've already submitted the paperwork for the divorce, and there's no undoing it now. So there isn't even a point in carrying on this conversation any further, because nothing you say is going to change that fact.
Wait, what? Are you really serious? You're really submitting the divorce paperwork already? Please tell me that you're still trying to play some kind of prank on me right now. You can't be serious about that, right?
Why do I even bother with you? Are you even reading the messages that I'm sending you? I am trying to tell you that I am serious. I was never joking about this, and now I've gone and gotten us divorced. It's over. You gave me a clear choice, and I took you up on that choice. Don't be upset with me because I didn't choose the option that suited you.
You can't be serious. I don't know what to say to this. I mean, you're really serious about this, aren't you? You really wouldn't divorce me? But I never told you you could do that. When did I ever give you permission for that?
Permission? Of course you gave me permission. You said I had two options. I could either do what you say like a good docile wife, or we could get a divorce. That's what you told me. I'm doing exactly as you told me and nothing more.
So then you really wanted to divorce me that badly. But then who is going to watch my sister's kids?
That is not my problem, and it never was. Figure it out yourself.
What do you mean?
I mean that you pushed me to this point, and if you have a problem with where things are now, blame yourself.
I don't understand. Why would you do this to me?
That's exactly the question that I want to ask you. You drove me to this. You were being so horrible to your own pregnant wife. And you never, ever did anything to help out around the house. Did you really think a marriage like ours was going to last?
This can't be right. This isn't Pam. Someone must have stolen your phone to type all this.
I'm afraid that that's not the case. It is your now ex-wife Pam telling you all of this. You treated me horribly and told me if I didn't like it that I could leave. Besides, I know about the affair you were having.
Affair? What are you talking about this time? I was never having an affair.
Don't try to deny it, Fred. I have all the proof that I need.
Proof? What are you talking about? You must have really gone crazy, huh?
You really are gutsy, you know that? Carrying on your affair even when your wife is this pregnant? You have no idea what you've been putting me through with the way you've been treating me.
I only thought you were using your pregnancy to get out of doing your wifely duties.
You have no idea what it's like to be pregnant, and you were never being fair to me at all. You were literally about to have me watch over 4 kids in my state.
But only so that you can get some practice in dealing with children?
The only person who needs practice here is you.
Please, there's no need to be upset with me over this. I screwed up, okay?
I don't want to hear anything more from you. I am sick and tired of having to treat you like you're some god on earth. We are through. The divorce is happening, and you are going to have to pay dearly for your affair. The next time you hear from me, it will be from my lawyer. In the end, Fred realized that he had nowhere else to run and agreed to the divorce. Later, he received a letter from my lawyer inviting him to a discussion about alimony, child support, and the lawsuit for his infidelity. Fred even signed an agreement to never ever contact me again in exchange for a lowering of some of the fees that he would have to pay me. But by then, the rumors of his affair and divorce have been leaked to his company, and he felt compelled to resign in disgrace. Joan, even though you are like a stranger in this family, do you plan on coming with us on our family vacation? What's that? Good evening, Doris. Could you tell me what you're talking about right now? I'm talking to you about exactly what I've said to you. We're planning on going to a very expensive resort this time as a family for our vacation. And when I say family, I mean myself, my husband, and our 2 kids will be going on vacation to that resort. However, for some reason, I've heard that even though you're a stranger to us, you plan on joining in our fun as well. Why are you saying that like you don't even know who I am? I've been married to Scott for almost 3 years now, right? And if I remember correctly, I've gone on your guys' family vacation with you all every year before this. And as I remember, every single time I had some sort of complaint about you being with us. I was always thinking to myself, why is there a stranger coming along with us on our family vacations? And would even go telling Scott that. And I know that every time you talk to him about that and complain about me, I'd give you the exact same reason. Remember that I've always been the one made the driver in the end that takes you guys out to wherever we plan to go on vacation as well? I feel that a thank you would suffice after all that I've done on those vacations. What are you talking about, a thank you? We've been the ones allowing you to come with us on every trip when it's supposed to be a trip meant only for the family to enjoy. So instead of me being thankful, I believe it should be you thanking every one of us. Well, even if you think that to be the case, Scott has always been the one to invite me on the trips with you all. So if you don't want me coming on the family vacations with you all, then go tell Scott that and see what he thinks. Did I ever say that I don't want you coming on our family vacations? I'm just trying to make it clear to you that joining us when you're nothing more than a stranger is pretty odd to me. That sounds like the same thing to me, Doris. All you've said so far to me have been things about me being a stranger and that I shouldn't join you guys. I am the one being invited on these trips by your son, so please go talk with him about having me join you all or not, please. Your mom is coming after me again about joining you all on your family vacation this year. Have you still not gone and had your driver's license updated so that you can start driving again?
I forgot to tell everyone that I still can't drive yet. But everything will be fine. I'm sure that everyone will be fine with you being the designated driver here. When we start heading out on that day, I'll let everyone know that I don't have my license back yet.
Oh, for crying out loud, Scott! This is once again you bringing me on a family vacation with you all without me even wanting to go on it in the first place. I have told you every year that I'm fine letting you all go as a family, yet you still don't have an updated driver's license yet, forcing me to be there to drive you all. You can't drive your family, and so you always ask for me to step in. That's the reason I'm forced to be around you all. Yet your mom still comes after me asking why I'm coming over and over again, every single year like she has no clue why. Why don't you go and tell her the real reason why I have to come along with you all as your driver?
Don't worry about it, Joan. I'll tell them soon enough.
Well, when is this soon enough you talk about? I'd like for you to go talk with her right now. Right now, if I have to keep putting up with the way she talks to me, then I'm going to explode myself. You understand that I don't want to go on your guys' family vacation, but I have to, right?
Yeah, I told you I understand that. But could you stop getting so upset about all of this and look forward to the trip? This time we're going to a very expensive ski resort after all.
But if I have to go with the rest of your family, they're going to use me like I'm their maid. And that will not be fun for me whatsoever. Well, whatever. Just make sure to tell your mom about this. Doris? Where have you all gone off to with the car? The signal out here is really bad right now, so I couldn't hear what you said to me over the phone. Can you tell me again what you were trying to say to me over the phone? What is going on right now that includes you all and the car being out of my sight? Well, just a few things have taken place is all. But the main thing is, we've left you there while we run off and enjoy our vacation without you. What? You've left me here? I thought that would be a great spot for you while on our way out to the ski resort. I've been thinking for the past few weeks that the perfect way to get rid of you would be by leaving you in the mountains as we went on our way. What the heck are you talking about, Doris? Can you stop with these needless jokes? Where have you guys taken and hidden the car? I told you that we went on our way without you. You guys actually took off without me? Are you actually being serious right now that the rest of you took off in that car without me? And now that we've gotten to this point, I just want to say that I only reserved a room for 4 of us at the resort. What? So there's no way the rest of us could bring you along to the resort because there will be no place for you there. Thank you for driving us to the resort for the past 3 hours. But you are a stranger to all of us, so we have to get rid of you before we get to the resort. We only have another 20 minutes or so to the place, so the rest of us can drive that length without your help. Wait, how the heck are you guys driving, though? And did you just say that you didn't reserve a spot for me at that resort on purpose? That right there is one of the worst cases of bullying I've ever seen from someone. Say whatever you'd like, Joan. But I do not have the heart to reserve a spot for you at this high-class resort when I barely even know you. All you are to my family is a driver, and I'm not going to be the one paying for you to stay with us at the resort. I'll be driving the last leg of this trip without you, so you're free to walk back home through the mountains and in the cold. Well, I wish you the best of luck, then. And good luck to you walking out of these mountains in the freezing cold. Can you tell me who it was that drove the car off without me in the first place? Huh? I already told you that I'm the one driving. What? But Doris, you don't have a driver's license, right? And who cares about that? Me not having a license or not to drive out here doesn't matter. Well, the whole reason I had been driving you all out every year is because nobody in your family has a driver's license. Anyway, I hope you make it out of that really scary drive to that place. Just remember that if anything were to happen to you guys in that car, you'll be the one responsible for all of it. I just received a call from the hospital. Is everything okay with you guys? Well, I can tell by receiving a call from the hospital about you guys that things aren't okay, but that's not what I care about. I just want to see what you think now after the accident. Joan? You received a call from the hospital? They had called me as I was the one written down on someone's emergency contact information. But I have no real plans of coming all the way back out there to see you guys. Really, I just wanted to tell you that I will not be coming out there to help you guys. Now, goodbye. Huh? What are you talking about? Tell me right now before you stop talking to me. Did the hospital not give you a rundown of everything that's happened during and after the accident? Oh, they sure did give me the rundown of your guys' situation. You got into a car accident. That sucks. But you were the ones in the accident and not me, so... In other words, that accident and all of you guys have nothing to do with me now. So goodbye. I'll make sure to grab all my things from the house before I leave for good, so don't worry about any of that now. Huh? What do you mean you're grabbing all your things from the house and leaving for good? And wait, why are you at the house right now? Are you not still walking back home from the mountains? I'm definitely not. I've already made it back home. Why are you back home already? That was way faster than I'd hoped for. I could have sworn that we left you in the deepest part of the mountains, somewhere you'd have to spend at least a lot longer walking out of and hopefully freeze on the way out. I was able to get picked up by a nice gentleman who then took me out of the mountains and back home. You hitchhiked? How were you able to do that when there were barely any cars on the road? There are more cars than you think on the roads in that mountain range, considering it is winter now and everyone's going on skiing and snowboarding. So finding someone to give me a ride out of there only took me close to 10 minutes or so. He was able to take me out of the mountains, and then when I told him where I needed to go after that, he said I lived close to where his house is. And only a little bit after I'd walked into the house and started to pack my things, I got the call from the hospital telling me about you all. I really never expected you to be back home in only a few hours like that. It only took about 2 hours to get out of the mountains and then another 30 minutes because we took the highway instead of the back roads on the way to the house. Well, unlike me, I'm sure things haven't been as smooth for the four of you. You ended up pretty much totaling the car, and all of you were able to firsthand experience a car crash. Sucks to be all of you. Huh? Sucks to be us? What the hell? Why are you talking to me like that right now? Do you have any idea what kind of accident we all ended up in? I don't, actually, nor do I care to know. In my case, I'm totally fine, and that's all that matters. But I have to say, it must be awful for all of you to get into an accident right before you made it to that amazing-looking resort. Driving on that iced-up road on that side of a mountain was horrible. I was barely even able to keep the car on the road because of the amount of sliding. I never thought something this awful was going to happen to us on that last drive up to the resort. Oh, come on. It didn't even have to be winter for everyone to know that you driving after having not driven in years was going to end up in you getting everyone into an accident. Excuse me? For a long time now, and I mean a very long time now, your whole family has been awful at driving. So bad, in fact, that each and every one of you has had their license revoked at some point because you cannot drive. And this time you were originally going to have your husband drive the car the rest of the way, but he had been drinking the whole ride up, and so you had to take the wheel. But man, was that a bad choice, considering the last time you drove, you got into an accident on that same mountain road, which led to you losing your license. You don't even have a lick of sense when it comes to driving, so what the hell did you think you were doing today, leaving me behind? I can't think of you as anything other than an idiot right now. An idiot? How rude can you be, Joan? How rude can I be? I'm telling the truth, aren't I? It's because of the choices you made today that you put your whole family in life-threatening danger and almost drove that car straight off a cliff. I understand that, but there are certain things you can be saying and certain things you can't be saying about me right now. Well, I feel I can be saying things like this about you right now since they're the truth. Sorry if you think differently, but there's no point in trying to run from the truth now, right? So what's so rude about that? You're being very rude. Saying things like that to your mother-in-law right after she'd gotten into an accident? You're the one that did all of this to me, so all you're doing now by being that rude is making yourself look even worse. Do you not feel any form of sympathy for me right now after all of this? I don't, actually. After all the crap your family's put me through, I would never feel any sympathy for you guys, no matter how horrible the situation is for you all. At this point, I really just do not care. I mean, you told me you're just all strangers to me anyway, so there's no point in wasting my energy thinking about you. What do you mean we're all strangers to you? You told me that a little while back, right? I mean, even today you said something like that to me. I am not a part of your family, so you don't want me coming to the resort with you all. And that's the reason you ended up leaving me behind and then wrecked the car in an accident that landed you all in the hospital, right? I still cannot believe that you made it home that quickly when I made sure that we were leaving you in a part of the mountains that most people never drove through. Look, you don't even seem to realize that what you've done was incredibly messed up. I wouldn't want to be anything besides a stranger to such heaps of trash like you. I've finally come to the point in my life where I really no longer feel anything for you, your husband, or even Scott. I just cannot keep being a part of such a toxic family as yours, Doris. Excuse me? What do you mean by toxic family? Whose family is toxic? Joan, you have gone way past the line now with how rude you're being to both me and my family. And you're a part of this family as well. You're my son's wife. But that's why I'm speaking as though I'm no longer going to be a part of your family, or Scott's wife. I'm going to divorce him, and then get out of this house forever. Huh? Divorce my Scott? That should make you very happy to hear now, right? Huh? Hold on a moment. Did Scott say that he was okay with you doing that to him? I don't know how he'll feel about this. At this point, he has no other choice but to accept divorce now, right? Because as of right now, I am so serious about leaving him and you guys that I've gotten in touch with a lawyer. Are you kidding me? Why would you say something like that to his own mother? Because I'm serious about all of this, and I feel you need to understand that very well. And besides, you've been the one calling me a stranger for the longest time now, even though I've been with Scott for 3 years. I understand that, but right now we are in a very tough situation. Huh? You're in a tough situation? Then tell me, Joan, who else is going to be coming out here to come and pick us up from the hospital? We're stuck here without a car, and we all have injuries that we need to rest from so that they can heal. If you don't come out here and get us, we'll be stuck. Do I sound like I give a crap? What? Joan! I've had it up to here with all of you guys and the crap you've constantly given me. I am not your guys' frickin' driver that you can use whenever you want and then throw away at the last minute. If you all want to do something that requires a car to get to, then you take responsibility for that and actually learn to drive. Wait, please, Joan! Can you calm down about all of what's happened just a tad bit? Joan, you've never been this cold-hearted to all of us before, right? I'm sure that once you've had a second to cool off, you'll be fine with coming out here and picking us all up. Don't worry about not having someone come to get you. Because even if I don't plan on being there to take you home, the police will be. What? What do you mean by the police will be here to take us home? It's so great to hear that you all are at least not in a life-threatening situation anymore. But you got into a car accident while not carrying a valid driver's license. Did you think that the police would never show up to investigate that accident? The moment they realized that you have no driver's license and were driving that car, they are going to take you into custody. Take me into custody? Are you sure? But I got injured in that accident as well. Everyone in the family is hurt in some way, and none of us are in the place to be dealing with the police right now. So why the hell would they take me into custody? Well, I'm just telling you what will most likely happen, so I'm sorry that your poor choices are catching up to you. But what you did was against the law, and in that crash you caused a lot of problems for other people around you. Now tell me, Doris, why do you keep trying to play things off as though you've done nothing wrong this whole time? You already messed up the moment you left me in the mountains when it's the middle of winter and not many people are around. Idiot! And with that one extremely stupid choice, you tied the knot to the noose that's been around your neck this whole time. Stinking idiot. Joan, I am really in a tough spot right now, and so is the rest of the family. Don't you think you're taking things a bit too far now by laughing at me with no sympathy to what's happened? Is there nothing about what's happened that's bothering you? Anything bothering me? There's nothing about what's happened with you all that bothers me now. All you are to me now is a couple of strangers that are so rotten that you left me in the mountains in the freezing cold, after telling me you didn't even reserve a spot for me at the resort. And soon I'll be divorced from Scott and we'll be able to cut ties to you all for good. I'm sure when Scott finds out about the divorce, he'll be in just as big of trouble as you're in right now. But he has his family, so please be there to support him after I leave. What do you mean Scott will be in trouble? Why do you keep talking about how we'll be in trouble? Well, Scott used to work a job as a truck driver, right? Did you think that he'd be able to continue his job as a truck driver after losing his license, though? Huh? Then Scott, what's he been doing now? Well, for the past few months, he's been playing video games all day without ever moving from the couch. Then that means he's not making any money right now. Well, if you think about it, not having a job would stop you from making any money, right? I have to say that all of this happened at the perfect time for me. I'd been thinking of leaving him for at least a year now. So now you can all work together as a family to find a way out of your guys' troubles. Joan, wait, please! Right now my own daughter isn't working a job either, and she's not even looking for one currently. Who is going to be the one to pay for my husband and I from now on? Who's going to be the one to pay for the wrecked car and all of our hospital bills now? Don't be so crazy, Doris. I hope you didn't start to think that you could ask me to pay for all you guys now. You all are complete strangers to me. And that's exactly what you'd been wishing for. Now the four of you do your best to make it out of that terrible situation in any way you possibly can. Goodbye forever, you old scummy hag. After all of that, Joan began to completely ignore Scott and his family. And as for Scott's mom, Doris, she was taken from the hospital by the police and moved to a local jail where she would be held until her court date. Scott tried reaching out to Joan for forgiveness, telling her he'd try harder to be a good husband, but Joan no longer had the patience to listen to him cry. After everything that whole family did to Joan, this is the only outcome. Joan was able to come out on top, cutting ties with that whole toxic family for good. But that ended up leaving Scott with his messed up family as they now raced towards a terrifying end. Well, this is what they all asked for after treating Joan like garbage, and so the only way they'll be able to make it out is as a changed family. At least they can all be thankful that Doris's decision to drive didn't leave them all 6 feet under.